fans have been really wanting to know Papa Mai, so we're gonna roll it down the red carpet for him, okay?
Papa Mai gonna make you fall to sleep, and I'm the one wake you up, so don't worry.
It's so rude. Ever since I was growing up, she always said that he talked too slow. He always thinking, and he bore. He's not bored. He's actually super cool. You just have to take the time to appreciate my dad. And now that I've gotten older and I'm slowing down my life, I realize that my dad's bore is really like bomb.
Yeah, you ask him the question, the answer will be tomorrow.
Show that man some respect. God damn it. Papa Mai not even out here yet, but you already setting the tone of disrespect of the elder. What is going on here? Listen when I say this to you. This is going to be one of these conversations right here, all right? You're looking at the thumbnail. You're looking at the title of the video. Jeannie Mai is out here on these podcast streets again, letting us know a lot more information that has led to her separation, her divorce from young Jeezy. Now, in case you've been living under a rock, I actually did content on this about 2 or so months ago. In it being that Jeannie Mai is like 46, 47 years old, right? And she was actually recording content about her being a single mother at this age and like rebuilding and starting over. And it was crazy because it was like all of these like odd performative shots all throughout the piece of content. And the content was like encased in like all of these like really over dramatic, wide angle, like above the bed type shots of her speaking. It's like, first off, it's like, who set up the cameras, right? Like, but it's like her like, oh, I'm just new and I'm just free and it's been so stressed and I'm moving out. Oh, woe is me. I'm the victim and all other types of bullshit. And I just kept questioning why she's doing this. Why are you painting yourself as the victim? It takes two to tango. And she said things before that would demonstrate the exact same type of behavior that a man who's a previous gangster in being young Jeezy is not willing to deal with or to put up with going into the future. I find it so hilarious that their bad behavior, their bad actions will just get excused for like this thought of learning and finding and identifying me. Baby girl, you's almost 50. All right, if you haven't figured it out by now, sorry, it's been too damn late. If anybody needs to see the video that I'm about to bring y'all through right now, it needs to be a Jeannie Mai, because I think that she's just not been hit with the type of information that we go over from this part of the internet, right? That leads a lot of these women to be old single ass aunties into the future, because no one around them wants to hold them accountable, all right? The men around them just want to go deep inside, so they're not going to want to hold them accountable because it relegates them from not being able to go deep inside. The friends and the family just want to coddle them and make them feel better about the choice and the decisions that they made within their life previously. And she's also a public figure and a public figure of money and status, right? So she's going to have yes people in and around her. But on this side of the internet, we don't give a shit about any of that. And we just go over what you're saying, which is leading to the actions, the results, and the consequences that are happening within your damn life. But yeah, the podcast that she's on comes from this right here. Jeannie Mai on mistaking chaos for love, healing, identity, and becoming. At the time of this recording, it is about 70,000 views deep. Let's get active on this one. I think that the MT Army will benefit from this, from being able to identify character traits in young ladies that will help you understand what is worth retaining. And then from the MTRs that are down up in here, identifying characteristics and or traits and or a background which would disable you from men wanting to retain you. Buckle up for this one, because we gonna get deep without further ado.
For those that don't know you, you're really a jack of all trades. You host, you cook, you're a stylist, you were a makeup artist. Can you make me feel better? What can you not do?
What I can't do is your finances. I can help you make money, but I'm not gonna help you keep it. I can help you invest though. I'm actually a really good investor too. You know what I'm not good at is keeping your passwords. I'm not gonna remember your passwords. I'm also not gonna remember your birthday. My friends, whenever I give bomb gifts. Yeah. But whenever I give a gift, I'm always like, treasure this one because I might forget you next year. Like I recently found out that I have ADHD, and it's been the greatest excuse, but also like the hardest extra child, I feel like, to learn and get to know, because going through adult onset ADHD, perimenopause.
Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information. which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now.
Being a mom and then just being Jeannie there's so much to that where there's these holes. I feel like I'm constantly drywalling. I'm like patching them, like, oh, I didn't know there was a hole there. Oops, there's a little step there I gotta fix. So like that in and of itself is like a lot of work. So I'm great at a lot of things. And then I'm also like a mess at dates. But the good news is I'm really bomb at the things that I care about. Like,
first off, whoever produced this shit, fix y'all mics. This shit sounds like ass. Imagine listening to someone speak and within the same sentence they say, I'm good at making money. I don't keep money, but I can also help you invest. Ma'am, you just admitted that you're not good at keeping money. My G's, please be careful of this type of double speech because it throws out a truth that would probably place her in an unsavory category, but then she'll save face later on, or she'll pad what it is that she's saying. Be very attuned to recognize this type of speech that happens. She also supplemented this information with that she's ADHD, which is a mental health illness. Depending upon the type that she has, she's either inattentive or hyperactive, but typically these type of people are impulsive. When you combine this emotional state, that is a lot to deal with. But also notice what happened. She began to pile on like all of these different things that are currently putting her within this victimhood mentality. These women that don't focus on fixing themselves will make it till 50 years old because they refuse to look at themselves earlier on in life to fix these very fixable things. But in settings like this, they seek solace within this victimhood. Imagine a man admitting to all of these personality flaws at the stage of 50. Women would look at him like he's damn crazy. Men and women should look at this as a warning sign of someone who always pointed outward of what was going wrong and never looking in. They'll find any way into dodging accountability, and now it's a mental health diagnosis that she let us all know. The smarter play was to figure all of this out 30 years ago prior to marriage number one.
it always feels rough to rekindle.
I was looking through your very vast resume and I was like, you had single mom energy before you were a single mom. Like,
You think so? What is single mom energy to you?
So
does
that's
it all. Like
Oh,
independent, stands
Yeah.
on her own 2 feet,
Yeah.
wears a million hats,
Yeah, that's true.
and like
What?
does it with a great look.
Right.
You know, like a LEWK.
Yeah.
Do you think your hustle came from the need-based hustle that you were talking about, or was it like a work ethic your mom instilled in you? Because like even to this day, like your friends will say like Jeannie works so hard.
Yeah. Yes, I think that it came from.
Before she explains, imagine how far that we've fallen from society, as if the terminology or the phrase single mom energy is somehow a compliment to somebody. Someone please explain to me that a woman that is incapable of keeping a man, or a woman that has to push herself out into the marketplace and command and domineer and be competitive, how is that a good thing? This should be taken as an insult, but due to the fall of the societal prescription of the modern woman today, this is a compliment. This should be taken as the fall or a reason of the fall of families and two-parent households, and you should reject this like the damn plague. This is decades upon decades of feminist propaganda, which has done a number onto our society. They praise single mothers to the extent of not only shaming men that don't want to be with single mothers, but also praising them on Father's Day, while never examining the choices or the steps that it took to become one But let's watch how she spins this.
A little bit of Mama Mai, my mom, and a little bit of my culture being Vietnamese. I mean, like every single Vietnamese person, there's not one that you'll see sitting around on Christmas Day not working.
Yeah.
Because
Pay
we
attention.
all came here as refugees. That's just like built into our backbone. My mom immigrated here when she was 17 years old, and had me at 19, you know?
Yeah.
So I remember going into my mom's workplace and she didn't speak English, but there was like 50 million of these little boards going by. She was just moving like a tiny little red plastic thing on the board.
Yeah.
And she was just doing assembly line work. But she had such a personality and such a zeal for people and this, you know, this energy. She literally,
She was made for the internet.
100%, yes.
Yeah.
But she applied for a job to get higher pay because she realized that what she was making was like single digits. It was like maybe $6.75 or something. And the girl that was working at the front desk was making $10.25, I think $10.25 to be the front desk receptionist. And she found that out because the girl told her that she was leaving, she was moving. So she said they're going to be hiring. She put in a resume, came to the front to put in a resume, and they didn't accept her. And they told her that she wasn't qualified.
Okay.
She took me to Mervyn's. Mervyn's and oh my God, what was that store? She loved that store so much. Judy's. There's a store called Judy's. I remember going with her. She put together a dope outfit, cinched her waist up tight, had like this cute little hat. Yo, she looked like a cast member from All's Fair. It was not right. Like it was mad cute. And she put it together, and there I was walking in. I sat in the waiting room, and she came in and she submitted the same resume. And she got the job.
Wow.
So she literally didn't even check out of her old assembly job, just didn't show up again. They were just like, oh, we don't know where that woman is. And came in the front and then named herself Olivia because she loved Olivia Newton-John and became Olivia Mai. But
That's an
what I was
amazing story.
witnessing.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? That's what I was like watching at 7 years old.
Okay.
So I only know how to work. I only know how to work for me, like meaning work hard to constantly prove myself to me, not to anybody else. Is it?
Oh, the psychoanalysis is about to get deep. I promise you guys. But I still can't believe the single mother praising comment, right? Like I can't get over that part. Imagine a man being praised for having single father energy before becoming a single father, right? Like, what does this even mean, right? Like, it doesn't mean that damn thing. What? That he gets work done? Like he completes tasks like an adult does? Oh my gosh, let's praise him. But anyway, one can assume that the way that she describes her mother, and it's seeing that she watched her mother work so hard, right? She's Vietnamese, immigrated over, was a refugee, right? And you're watching your mom working hard. So you're going to naturally take a lot of cues from your mother, right? That is your dream, to be somewhat like your mom. Cool. So she watched a lot of independence from the mother. But then one must ask, okay, well, where was the father during this whole time? Did he immigrate over with you? And let's say that he did. What was the behavior or the treatment that that man was subjected to during that time? And this is important. And I would suggest all of my young G's, when you're meeting these women and you're trying to figure out if she's worth retaining, ask her a question like, have you ever watched your mother apologize to your father? And see what they say. Because if they're looking at their mother as an idol, right, or as a baseline for behavior, then how the mother dealt with the husband should be an indication of how she will deal with you. Now, I found this amazing piece of content of not only Jeannie Mai, but Jeannie Mai's mom, who's for some reason rocking the Super Saiyan blue here today, right? Like, if you were to say, hey, listen, what does a feminist look like? And I'm just like, hey, yo, listen, they got to have the blue hair. There we go right here, right? But also, Jeannie Mai's father is within this content as well. Let's just watch the behavior here.
Next door. Yes, I am.
Tell him get lost. The show coming right now.
I love you, babe.
I think she's talking to Jeezy.
You told me, Mom.
You're ruining the romance.
You told me the show right now. Mom, stop it. Don't talk on the phone. And then you still talking. Hi. Yeah. Bye.
Mama Mai.
What?
I know.
She's scared me to death.
I know the show has always seemed like it's about you, but it's not about you today. It's about Papa Mai. Papa Mai is different from you. He's calm, he's quiet, he's slow.
I know.
So we want to make...
I'm not doing this.
son of a bitch. You spit right there on my blouse. You know how much it's cost? Sorry. Right there.
Okay.
Oh my God, you see right there?
Whatever. He's calm, he's slow, and what did she say? I know, all right?
The fans have been really, really wanting to know Papa Mai, so we're gonna roll it down the red carpet for him, okay?
Papa Mai gonna make you fall to sleep, and I'm the one wake you up, so don't worry.
It's so rude. Ever since I was growing up, she always said that he talked too slow. He always thinking, and he bore. He's not bore. He's actually super cool. You just have to take the time to appreciate my dad. And now that I've gotten older and I'm slowing down my life, I realize that my dad's bore is really like bomb.
Yeah, you ask him the question, the answer will be tomorrow.
Show that man some respect. God damn it. Papa Mai not even out here yet, but you already setting the tone of disrespect of the elder. What is going on here? All right? Now, meanwhile, Papa Mai, I believe he's like 70 years old at the time of this filming. This was probably about 6 or 7 years ago. Okay. But at this point, I believe that the blue-haired Super Saiyan God had been divorced to him for about 20 years. And this whole episode is about, does the father have a new girlfriend? Okay, pay attention.
Okay, so you know. But today...
Now, mind you, this has probably been their entire existence. Their entire life has been subtle disrespect of this man who's apparently stoic as hell. Let's keep going.
He knows he's gonna be in television. He
Mom.
might take it faster.
Be nice to Daddy.
Be nice.
Hello, honey.
What?
Hello, honey. Before you see Papa Mai, I want you to...
Okay, we don't care. We just want to see how you behave.
Okay, I need action. Thank you.
This all comes from the mama, baby. Please, my G's, watch her interaction with the mama. Please.
Spell subscribe.
S-U-B...
Okay.
Ta-da-da, ta-da-da-da.
All right. All
I
right.
love my dad so much. Dad, how much do you love me?
I love you a lot.
Out of all three kids,
you're
which one do
number
you-
one. You are number one.
Thank
I
you.
love bro.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Tell him I owe your dad.
Dad, how old are you?
Okay.
He's
I am turning.
listen. He's 70. Look at her rolling her eyes like, come on, show the man some
No, he won't
respect.
now.
You like to do your own thing, and Dad does his own thing.
Right.
Is that really true? Because I see you do your own thing, and you spy on Dad, Facebook stalk him to see what he's doing.
He said he have nobody. That's why I'm nosy. I want to see what's going on.
If Dad's hiding if he has a girlfriend or not, it's because you're nosy. So why don't you stop being nosy so he can tell you the truth? So we're on a group text. Mama Mai, me, and my brothers. No Papa Mai. And on that group text, what does she send? Pictures pinched and zoomed with my dad, the back of his head, his ear at the grocery store, him dancing with a mystery face. All the pictures on Facebook she can find with him and whoever this person is. Dad, I know you want to have a low profile, but do you know that Mom stalks you by looking at your friends' pictures? And then she goes down the rabbit hole of the pictures they post, and she zooms in on every face to see where you are. And she found out the woman that you were dating
Wow.
like 6 years ago, and we have a group chat.
6 years ago.
And she posts the pictures of your ex or your girlfriend every party
What
you
a
go
talent.
To the kids?
Really? I don't know.
Why you tell
I didn't know that.
everything?
Mom!
Why?
Because I'm on Dad's side.
You nosy. You want to know who his
Mom,
girlfriend.
Mom, you and Dad have been divorced for how many years?
For a long time already.
How many years?
I don't remember how many years already.
How many
20
years?
something like that.
20 years, and
Yeah.
you've remarried. Don't you think my Asian
She
Walter White dad over
remarried.
here deserves to also find a love?
He can have the love, I don't mind, but I want to make sure he got the right person, the good person. Don't take advantage of him. That's why I'm nosy. Good person
This is okay.
like me. That's why.
Good person like me.
Do women you
This
date?
is so crazy. By the way, who would have ever thought that Jeannie Ma's mother has face tattoos? But think about the craziness of this to be remarried, and you are invading the privacy of your ex-husband, right? Like, first off, the disrespect of that with your current husband, but for this to be rationalized as somewhat normal behavior is insane to me. The amount of control that she is exhibiting here, right? And there's a terminology that is really specific to Asian cultures that's called tiger. I'm gonna call this tiger ex-wifing. The amount of tiger ex-wifing that is happening here to control in order to get the husband to date somebody as good as her, which is complete bullshit, by the way. She just wants to remain in control with the man that she was previously married to within his life.
know that Mama Mai is your ex-wife? Because Mama Mai is famous.
Yes, they know.
What do
She
they
know-
say?
she know?
What do they say? I want to hear everything these bitches say.
Why
What do
they wanna
say?
know about that
What do
one?
they say? My dad deserves to keep his privacy. He's got a crazy stalker who won't he leave him alone?
No, they don't say much about it.
But they say they
just
know.
Yeah, because she on the show everywhere.
So what
So
do they
people
say
know.
about
What your girlfriend
What did
say?
they say about Mama Mai?
Move
Say,
it,
I
I
know
can see
her.
it.
It's your ex-wife, right? That's all.
Oh, she say that?
Dad, eye contact? What else did they say? Eye contact?
What else she
What
say?
else did they say?
No, I saw her. She looked very beautiful, but I don't know how about her attitude, you know, but the outlook, she very beautiful.
Oh my
She
gosh.
is- yeah, like I'm 10, she 9, you know. I
you
say
know?
that. I'm just kidding. I look more dramatic. She look more simple.
What
She
is
have-
this
she have
content?
Simple.
That means pretty.
She that-
This is what they produce on the women's side of the internet. For all of the ladies that are watching, this is not normal. This is not good behavior. No wonder from the traits passed down or the behavior systems and patterns passed down from the mother, Jeannie Mai is now 47, 2x divorced single mother. Jeezy, what was you thinking, baby boy? Did you not see any of this behavior or this interactions prior to getting down on bended knee? This woman grinded this man down to probably be a former shell of himself for like 20 to 30 years in a marriage. And Jeannie can love her father all that she want, but the fact is that she learned through her mother how to deal with men. You put on top of this high earning salary, feminist boss bae, high degree of ego, postpartum depression, ADHD, mental health diagnosis, right? All of these different things. And it's no wonder why Jeezy was like, hey, listen, baby, therapy can't even help.
Did you go to therapy with her?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Right.
So you actually addressed it,
Right.
tried to work through it, tried to do the work, and it just was like not happening. Well, then you tried.
The look of a man who has tried everything, exhausted all options, is a universal look. It don't change much from this. And on top of all of that, she's also previously admitted how much of a hothead that she is.
I didn't notice that I had a hot temper until I got with Jeezy. And here's a person who is my equal and I really respect. And when I would spew some of my old habits, and he was like, like, who? That's not flying here. And also, it would trigger him to come back at me with things where I was like, who the f do you think you are? But I was triggering him. But
Dog, this is her second marriage. You didn't learn before 40 that your hot temper from a relationship perspective doesn't get you far. Imagine having ADHD and a hot temper. Pick a damn struggle. Shout out to Jeezy for having the balls to check her where the first husband did not. By the way, this is that single mom energy that the interview host was talking about. Let's go.
he never told me to fix my temper. I just saw it and I thought, unless I want to stay in this place where I lose this person I love and I stay in my comfort zone of doing what I want to do and function the way I have for the last 40 years when nobody else had to stop me.
Which obviously has done quite well for you.
Right, I could have. But this was something greater that I wanted. And also a great challenge to myself to say, what if, now that I know it exists and the dragon's there, what if I got rid of that? How do I kill that dragon or store it in its place so that it never...
Well, guess what? She never got a hold of her hot temper. She never dealt with the foundational demons passed on from the behavior of her mother towards her father. And now she describes divorce as death while alive.
I think the majority is going to say, with children it's harder, but divorce is just, it's experiencing death alive.
Everybody I talk to that has been through it says that same thing.
Yes.
And I am not even married, so I haven't been through the first part. But I think for someone who hasn't been, it's hard to even understand the depths of it.
I'm so glad that instead of yesing me to death or agreeing that you would admit that, because there's no way. There's no way to understand it. There's no way to understand that feeling of space shared with somebody and all of a sudden it closing in to where you even wonder if you can trust yourself and your thoughts, because one day you had a plan and you had these thoughts and then suddenly it becomes something else. There's also the not knowing every day, because divorce does this inhumane thing that forces you to then protect yourself to get what you need from the divorce.
That's so well said. I haven't heard anybody say that.
It's the worst. It's the worst because
It's like survival mode.
yes, yeah, you literally have to take your grief and put on your hard hat and go right into, I'm going to fight for everything I've got. I'm going to fight for everything I deserve. And it's like the worst transition. It requires ego. It requires selfishness. And it requires these things to protect yourself that like I never ever want to have to worry about in order to know that I'm okay.
Well, see, madame, if the ego was dropped and the selfishness was dropped and you didn't go to single mom energy protection mode, then perhaps you would have understood that cooperation is paramount. Perhaps you would understand that a man, especially a dude like Jeezy, is going to want to lead. Perhaps you would understand that your softness or your femininity or your ability to nurture that man and make him feel truly appreciated and listened to. Perhaps if your degree of being teachable within the relationship was prioritized, perhaps if you put a mirror up to your own face and dealt with all of these issues that you detail at damn near 50 years old, earlier off in life, then maybe the marriage could have been salvaged, but due to your own immaturity, these are the results. Which is why when you watch the content of her sprawled out in the damn bedroom with all of this dramatic ass bullshit, it's like, I don't understand how women can consume content like this, because it's like the opposite of motivational content. It don't teach you a damn thing besides how to victimize yourself. But it's just the opposite of motivation, but it's because y'all like to just dwell, not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all just like to just dwell in the loss and, oh, I'm just learning something new. How you going to just be learning new things about yourself until you in a grave? Stop the nonsense. Build habits deeply anchored in accountability and showing the utmost admiration, adoration, and respect for your man, not being hot-tempered because your ego is so big because I am a Jeannie Mai or I am a fill in the blank with your name. But through your own choices and actions, now you have to deal with this new monkey wrench in life. But it takes accountability to learn and to grow from this.
At the same time, like, I don't want to tell people, like, would you never get divorced or would you never get married so that you don't have to experience divorce? Because marriage is also so sacred and beautiful. I'm so thankful to have so many healthy marriages around me that I still, celebrate and want more years to come for them. And I'm never going to regret that I got married because I'm so thankful to have experienced love in so many different ways. Now I just have to, instead of experiencing love, because I've got that down, I have to define what healthy love looks like for me. But that first starts with me. First starts with me.
Go ahead.
Like there's no other way that I'm going to go find like these bios and this recommendation and these, blind dates to tell me what healthy love looks like for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we're all a perfect key, and we're like, we've got little holes and dents from things that have happened in our life. And we've got, these perfect grommets to fit in what we need because we've built to where we are now. So when you find that match, it's a beautiful thing, but always remember, like, you were uniquely that key first.
Shut up. How do women watch shit like this? Even the way that she describes a perfect key. No, you could be imperfect as hell, and that's okay. But if you're doing shit like calling yourself perfect when you clearly have issues, like you clearly have flaws, watching women's content, you begin to understand how they are nurtured into being unaccountable. This is it right here. This is a prime example of that fluffy, everyone's just a perfect key, just willing to be unlocked by that other perfect person. This is that I'm never imperfect shit. There are no flaws that exist within me. That's how you see so many of these women get up on a Kendra G, and then Kendra G asks them, so tell me about some of your flaws. Flaws? Huh? Because they don't need to be introspective at all. It is just odd for me to be able to see it in this faction to break it down to you. Now, there's one more piece of content within here that I think is sort of interesting, which is their determination of different labels, which I think goes into like a statement like this of perfect key. Let's listen to that.
I love that you posted on social. You said, somewhere along the way, divorced 46-year-old single mom became the whole intro sentence people use for me. So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
We talk about it. How do you feel about the labeling in those titles?
Yeah. I think, I mean, it's so cliche. We all say, we don't hate labels. But on the real, like, labels are super damaging because they give you your headline instead of your whole story, you know? And labels can be very critical without intentioning to. Like, when you say divorced, it means, oh, damn, is she damaged goods? Is she crazy? When you say single, it's like, oof, who doesn't want her? Was she rejected? When you say 46, it's like, oh my God, her clock is ticking, even though I never set that fucking clock, you know? So it's like these categories are not at all describing what you survived, what you chose to opt out of, how you got here, what you accomplished, you know, what it took to become 46. You know, like those things are left out of this label. And so I think that the one thing I've learned now wearing like these imaginary Post-it notes of being divorced, 46, single with a toddler, I feel like if I had to choose a label, it would be becoming. Like I am becoming the version of me I want to be. I am becoming
at 50.
What the understanding of what I know is. Like you're constantly becoming, and that's okay. That's like a beautiful definition to being human.
Yeah.
You know?
It was at this moment that he knew.
Again, the cope here is, damn, son. Yeah, listen, if Kevin was still alive, I would hope that a Jeannie Mai would do a private consultation with him because, damn, son, damn. Now, she has a point here, right? A label on a can of food will exist in order to give you, you know, like the headlines of what the food is, what the product is, what the nutrition facts are. However, what she is attempting to do is to remove some of the generalizations that come off with her label. The label does a good job in setting the tone of some of the questions that a man should ask her when trying to meet her. The label does a good job in understanding where she might be in life. You're not going to really figure it out till you get down deep and, you know, watch if her actions match whatever words that she told you. But let's not act like labels or generalizations don't do a fairly good job of categorizing people based off of patterns and their reactions to stimuli. What's beyond interesting is that if you take a cross-section of her headline and also what we've discovered about the way that she thinks, the way that she respects, the way that she is accountable for and talking through it, right? You begin to understand that the label is absolutely correct. For the men that are currently watching this, I don't care about their status. I don't care how aesthetic that their face is. I don't care how this person has access to those around you, right? Like the amount of money in it, right? I don't care about none of that. You cannot let any of this blind you. Please do not let any of this blind you, all right? A woman doesn't have to be outright evil to be dangerous to your future. Because it's really easy to see surface level behaviors that is just like, no, like I would never put a ring up on that. But you have to go beneath the layer to understand if she's worth retention for the long term within a marriage. You have to go deeper. It's absolutely necessary out there, all right? Because in this dating marketplace today, I think that it enables dysfunction. It's like, again, I don't see content like this on the man's side of the house. You don't see the enablement of dysfunction, the praising of single mom energy. Why do they praise this? What? Your job as a man, okay? Which is why, you know, I think it kind of makes sense why men are to ask women, right, for, you know, marriage. You have to vet ruthlessly. You have to peel back the layers to that dirty little onion. But understand, they all not going to be perfect, all right? But you must choose wisely. And if you see a behavior pattern of the mother not respecting the father, saying disrespectful terms in regards to his name, things like that, that will be that's her foundation. that will be her behavior. Now, there's some women out there that see negative stuff like that, and because they're a little bit more intelligent and they want better results in their life, they'll take a look at this behavior and want anything but. There were those out there as well, okay? And I understand that, all right? But then there's most of them that do not, right? Like they'll just take, you know what I'm saying? The mom planted the tree and here you go growing it into infinite singleness, or some of them make out and are in just long ass marriages where, again, the man is walking around with his tail in between his legs, just been grinded into submission just year after year after year. You see these bastards at these, I see them. I don't see him like that anymore because your boy just be working, lifting, and, doing my own thing. But at the same junction, when I used to go on like discussion nights and these game nights, and I'd see like these couples and then the married men, and you'd see in these men that just sit there and they all look like pussified versions of what they probably were in college. And and the women are loud, boisterous, cackling, and gaining weight, right? Like it's just, and you looking at this and you just like, why would I sign up for some shit like that? But then you begin to understand what it is the elk that they came from. And ta-da, it makes sense. You didn't vet wisely and you invited chaos into your household. And now you are locked into that and never be able to make up the cost for what you bought. Woo! Hopefully y'all had a good time here today within the deep psychoanalysis of this situation. Guys, drop me your questions, comments, concerns down up in the comment box down below. I want to hear each and every one of your thoughts in regards to the content that I have placed before you. I salute Jeannie Mai for unwillingly being a case study for deep analysis here today. But she's a public figure, baby, all right? Yeah, she's out there talking about her relationships, all right? And last but not least, shout out to young Jeezy, all right? Like, you had one on your hands right there. If I ever had the opportunity to interview like a young Jeezy and I asked him, you know what I'm saying, I would want to know what was it that you saw was different over here, and then what are the things that you think that you missed for it to digress into the way that it has turned out in being a divorce. I'd love to see his answer to that. But nevertheless, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Let me know what you agree or disagree with within the content. And above all, I will see you soon. Until next time, peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound when it's MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.